I was going to start typing G, as is my wont.
Oh, it's always good to type that. Always good to G-bomb.
So Ragnar, going to make it onto the field for the first time, all tournament long.
Because he's been permabanned besides this game.
In this ARAM. Before we talk about that, though, everybody please do check out ChampionSelect.net, newest member of the Solomid.net family, and a great site to find out who you should be playing against whom. Yes, indeed.
Good use of the word whom. Very good.
Yeah,
Very good.
and also, head on over to Solomid.net. I think we've got maybe an information post up on it. I'm not sure if we have it up just yet, but pretty soon there's going to be information about our off-season tournament. 6 $3,000 tournaments leading into a $12,000 grand finals to really show who is the best all over the place. Not sure who's in that yet. I don't think we have brackets or anything, but I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be great.
There will be a lot of really good North American teams. I can say that.
Info's not posted yet, so keep an eye on Solomid.net for that info. I mean, with that kind of money on the line, people are going to be showing up. $30,000 overall, and apparently me. Oh, good. I was worried I was fired for that one.
Oh, whew.
I was lucky.
Good to know you still have a job, and lots of burgers you can buy with that.
Lots
prize.
of hamburgers.
It's like 1,000. That's like 1,000 decent burgers.
I'm not going to be paid nearly what they're getting paid. I don't know what you're talking about. I won't be able to get any burgers.
Yeah.
Players are going to be able to get tons of burgers.
The team that wins, they just.
I'm going to get my
of
premium
burgers.
saltine crackers. That's what I'm getting.
Premium saltine crackers. You can afford the premiums?
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
no,
wow.
that's what they pay me, and that's why I stick around.
Ah, okay. Well, they're good crackers. They're good crackers.
So we're gonna go. Let's see. Team Muppet Babies versus Team Tiny Toons. That's what we're doing. Blue team is Muppet Babies. Purple team's Tiny Toons.
I can agree with that.
And that's good enough for me. I feel like the Tiny Toons are better than the Muppet Babies. So
I would actually have to agree with that too. So it's hard. It's hard.
it's rough.
I mean, Animaniacs dominate both.
No major AD players in sight.
The closest
So,
thing we do
no
have
AD
is
carries.
Mr. Yi.
Yeah, no ranged really.
But how often do you see AD Mr. Yi in Twisted Tree Line?
Yeah.
And looking at his rune, well, actually, he has ability power and physical damage, so this is hybrid Mr. Yi. So not really sure what's going on with that one.
It's the only rune page he has.
It's like, what rune page do I have? I've got hybrid Mr. Yi rune page, and I've got nothing else.
Shanny
Boom,
one,
I'm
get to
good.
play it smart and get an AD LeBlanc, and I actually like that. AD LeBlanc, she scales, got a good quick attack animation, auto attack animation. Scales pretty nicely up with the attack speed items, and the damage comes on pretty okay, and you still do okay damage with your skills as well, as the base levels of those pretty good across the board, especially since you're going to be starting out level 3 with some good money. Not too bad. I like the AD LeBlanc. Take AD LeBlanc into the jungle sometimes.
AP LeBlanc's actually pretty decent. Just want to put that out there. People think she's terrible. I think she's actually kind of viable. Kind of.
Oh,
Iffy.
iffy.
Yeah. But
So-
for the ARAMs, whatever you can make to do that sustained damage and just kill everybody is always going to
That's
be
what it's
awesome.
It's about keeping yourself healthy and staying on the field as long as humanly possible. So, good money's on starting off with something that's going to help you keep yourself alive, whether it be mana sustain or health sustain. Either way, it's something that you want to
Catalyst, Revolver.
Yeah.
Boots
I open up with
Scepter.
either Tier or it depends on the champion. Tier or Chalice, very good. I tend to avoid too much tankiness early on unless I'm playing a straight up tank character. Huggies Cruisers though, going to be able to roll into the front. Gragas going to be a huge boon to the team, as well as that ability to shut down people on Warwick. Just hold them in place, but a great front line there on Team Tiny Toons.
And Scion also seen some play there. It's going to be AP Scion or AD Scion. Both of them can be very viable in this map. AD Scion, the problem he has in Summoner's Rift is he needs a crap load of items. Like, seriously, that guy needs items. But it looks like it will actually be an AP Scion instead, so going to go for that burst. And there's a lot of really just good burst and follow-up coming in from Team Tiny Toons. They have Diana, they have Scion, they have just, Blitzcrank for that catching potential. They actually can, pull people out and just murder them instantly.
Just go AP attack speed. That's the way to do it.
Sounds kind of viable. With a Lich Bane, of course.
Yeah, I've seen a couple people do that. Get that the AP, sort of Ginsu's Rage Blade, those sorts of things, and get some good attack speed under him. Then solid AP, get a cap, something. So, your stun does good damage, and then you get in there and you can stack your health up as well. So you end up very tanky and still outputting pretty good damage. And once the attack speed gets too high, it just hurts.
I actually love Scion once you get a Lich Bane, because all of a sudden your Lich Bane auto attack when you have your ultimate up is this burst heal out of nowhere. So it's like, you'll be auto attacking, you'll be getting some kind of okay lifesteal. Scion not really that strong in terms of lifesteal when he doesn't have that much AD, but you get a Lich Bane proc, boom, 800 HP heal, something like that, something ridiculous like that, and it's AoE for your team. So AP sounds kind of funny. I wish he was a bit more viable, but we don't see him competitive play because he has been nerfed quite a bit.
Yeah. We did for a long time, but he would just come rolling out of the jungle or wherever. You know, swing down from top lane and just be upsetting, to say the least. Derptionary going to be the last one in and loading extremely slowly. Really living up to his name today and putting anybody to shame that ever thought that the Muppet Babies weren't to be messed with. He's going to be playing Rolf today, as Warwick argues that he is Rolf, but clearly Ringar is Rolf. He just looks like he's going to be better on the
Rengar is more Rolfy than Warwick, even though Rolf is a dog. Rengar really just kind of looks like him more.
Yeah.
Now, by the way, if you're watching this now, don't worry. Grand finals, they're still going to be at, I believe, 6:30 Pacific Standard Time. So an hour from now.
Yeah, pretty much right after this.
Oh, hour and a half from now. So yeah, grand finals. Those were some short matches. Oh wait, no, 5:30. 5:30.
Yeah, 5:30. Not an hour and a half.
Yeah, so 40 minutes from
right
now.
after this.
Yes.
Right after this ARAM. Stop telling people wrong things.
Finals will be 5 days from now.
Yeah.
Just hang on, guys.
I gotta say, Ferris versus Orb, I'm looking forward to it.
That's a hype match. That's a very hype match.
It's good. It's gonna be exciting. Derptionary all the way up to 63, doing his best. Can he count to 100?
Signs point to no, but he's working his way towards there ever so slowly.
All right, he sped up a little bit.
Oh, getting towards those 90s. Oh, but no, the 80s are really kind of hindering him.
Uh-oh, 80s. No.
No,
90,
no.
No, 90%.
Okay, this is the final 10%, the 10% that really matters.
He really needs it. He's going to be. He's already last to the party. Can he come in and redeem himself with a quick trip through the 90s? No, he cannot. As he barely crawls his way to 100%.
Delightful jaunt through
Dead
the 90s.
last.
Close to being a good jaunt through the 90s. Something fast, something speed walking, but no. That was, I'm just going to casually walk, both my hands in my pocket. I'll drop stuff all the time and just bend over to pick it up. And the game still will not load.
Like he was a teenager crossing the street when people are waiting at a green light. Just going to casually saunter across like you're not causing anybody problems. Jeez. Okay, into the game we go. How should I line these up? However I feel like, I guess. I'm going to go Gragas and Annie to compare. I'm going to go Gengar and Scion. I like them being next to each other. Yi versus Diana, and Warwick and Blitz, and then LeBlanc. No, I'm going to go LeBlanc and Diana, and then Yi and Singed. Yeah, that feels good.
Warwick and Rengar? Or...
No.
30 seconds.
They're on the same
I know
team.
they're on the same team, but still. Can you, flip it over? Make it upside down, just, rotate over to the other side? That seems like that should be the matchup. I think all randoms should actually be based off lore. So you only have characters who have matching lore on either side.
That'd be good.
Once again, lore matters quite a bit.
The only good Doctor Who is David Tennant. Fat Bear trying to prove that he is a worldly man, as he often does in the chat. His self-importance almost as large as the sword that he's holding right now. Huggy's Cruiser's down into the bottom side brush. The rest of the team going to follow him through, and Light Knight gives himself away. If they saw in there, just going to pop the hug onto the Huggy's Cruisers. Pampers pull-up's going to make sure that he feels like a big boy. In goes AEduo. Dictionary straight on to everybody and well separated from his team. Luckily, Team Tiny Toon seems unaware that the name of the game has actually damaged the opposing team.
They're trying to apply that damage, kind of, sort of, maybe, not really, I guess not, no. But it was good. It was a good shot, and though it looks like Fat Bear going to go crazy with E, he's got that Alpha Strike, he's got a lot of mana regeneration because there is increased regeneration on this map. Looks like that Alpha Strike should be very dominating, though. Toronto's on that Annie, I feel like that's not the first time we've seen Toronto's on Annie, actually. Going to be very offensive, going to have that stun, and when it's up, they can get some great catches, but right now it looks like this is just Gragas' time to shine, the E time to shine, because they can just poke down all of Team Tiny Toons without hesitation, without remorse.
Yeah, clearly gaming the system there to get that Annie a second time. Gragas barrel going to pop with nobody standing in the middle of it, but he is certainly happy to throw those out. Sarantos doing what harass he can as the wave pushes to tower. And that's one of those things that a lot of people do early on in a game. They just let that lane push over, but it makes it insanely hard to lock down a kill most of the time. Fat Bear going to make it through with a nice Alpha Strike. Grabs a little bit of damage off of Sarantos and heads back in. Derptionary going to hop on over towards the turret because he's just not very good. Derptionary back out, first blood. He is the responsible party. Scion grabs that one. Warwick going to get singed to send one back the right way, though, and they're going to keep things from spiraling out of control too quickly here.
Stormsnare really maintaining his reputation that we've developed in the past 2 or so minutes, but still, he's doing a good job holding on to it. Can't really do a whole lot as Rengar in that situation, though. I mean, they actually have lots of really good poke. Eventually, Warwick and Rengar will be a great assassination combo, with Warwick afterwards able to just sit there and tank damage. So, you know, if they do reach a good snowball-y mid-game with that poke being used early on, Team Muppet Babies can really apply the pressure to Tiny Toons.
Yeah.
Tiny Toons, though, they need to get that catch. They need that Scion, that Blitzcrank hook, that good catch.
Indeed so, and going to follow the lane out not so quickly. They're still playing very much back, and with Team Muppet Babies more than happy to push the lane on over. Why would they head out? The Tiny Toons a little bit smarter than that. Not going to be pulling that little baby Wile E. Coyote business and running straight into problems. Pull on to Warwick. He ends up in the middle. Snow Leopard goes down. Fat Bear gets a nice alpha strike through, but is able to answer back with anything further than that. Devotion runs a little low, but that's pretty much the end of it. Blitzcrank OP, a very true statement. Huggy's Cruiser's going to be able to tank out that front line really nicely as well. So, I mean, a lot of ability here. More than happy to let things push into tower. And again, Muppet Baby sending the lane across as they just don't learn well. Going to have to send their caretaker on into the room and try to give him a little spanking, change the diapers, and get him to stop pushing that lane across, because that is just handing benefits over to Tiny Toons.
I mean, they can try and go for that kill, but they're just not poking hard enough. They have the E going in with the Alpha Strike, that's landing quite well. But Gragas, he's using his barrel to push rather than to try and harass nonstop. They need to go for that poke, that harass. They need E to go in there with his Alpha Strike, the barrel to follow it up. They can really poke people down. They're getting them so close, but not actually securing these kills.
Indeed so. Still only a 400 gold difference there. The CS numbers on LeBlanc and Diana looking very good. 12 and 13. It's good
Very
money
respectable
in this game mode, and hard to get.
Getting, yes. When there are 4 other people and minions and a turret attacking creeps, definitely not an easy thing to do. So getting any sort of CS is always worth something. At the same time, Fat Bear does have a decent little advantage himself. He is one of the best CSers in the entire game.
So, Snow Leopard once again seeing himself forward of where he should be. Fat Bear alpha strikes through, ends up on the wrong side of the turret, and somehow still makes it out okay. Health potion ticking out there as AEduo stands forward waiting for the creep wave to roll in. Devotion going to be very lucky there as he's just outside the edge. Going to get Devotionary pulled back in. Light Knight going to make it out. They get singed as singed gets poor Rengar and just miss Annie as they go full on behind that tower. Somehow Scion living for a good long time. Snow Leopard down. AEduo wants a kill here, and he is not going to get it. Nice dodge by Sarantos. Rolling back forward of the barrel. AEduo going to have that off cooldown before too long, so he doesn't play it too far forward. Going to wait for that health rune to come up. Grabs it, and going to have Huggy's Cruisers stroll right on into it. Take a little chunk off of his health, but a good answer back there by Team Tiny Toons may get them to push the lane out of it a little bit, which I think is something that certainly the Muppet Babies can't be angry about.
At this point, Yi actually went back by a large rod. He has a lot of damage, actually, let's say actually a lot more. He can really just kill people at this point if they just let him get that sustained damage off. But that Blitzcrank hook, they need to land just one good hook, and then keep getting these picks. And are picks really worth it in ARAMs? Kind of. You know, the gold does help you snowball, but you do have to die yourself to actually go ahead and buy and improve yourself. So getting a good pick on everybody except Gragas is going to be viable because LeBlanc, she doesn't have that much gold to spend and does get hooked, does get pulled, does get flung, does get completely just sent to the back line where she does not want to be. Doesn't matter if there's 2 LeBlancs when they both die instantly to a tower and 5 very angry people.
Yeah, just chain CC all over the place right there. You got the pull, then you got the Diana, whatever you want to call that, the gravity of her hips. Pulled him straight on over, and then the flip from Huggy's Cruiser is going to get Snow Leopard into trouble, and Light Knight going to get that one, a couple extra O's and zeros in front of his name. But Fat Bear in there, not letting anything slide by. Derptionary in, and decides to have a nap under the tower. He's going to go down to Huggy's Cruisers. So 7 and 9 right now, a little bit of a kill lead. The money still more or less even, not a big difference between the two. But that damage coming off of Fat Bear's Alpha Strikes is something that can't be denied, especially with those minions lining up all nice and pretty for him. Shinoko tries to get over. Can't get any damage down on the swag.
At this point, it looks like Fat Bear is trying to poke down anybody he can with the Alpha Strike. Like, he was hoping to actually use the extra Ys that fly out with the Alpha Strike to pick off Swag, but, you know, it's really hard to control your Ys, to control how actually, like, how far you're going. And it's so close to getting these kills, but he just needs some more backup. With Gragas getting a good ultimate, with Gragas landing anything, with Warwick getting pulled one more time, will he survive this? Probably not. Gets falling at the same combo again, but the damage comes out. Diana just gets melted under the moonlight. And Yi, he's on the run. He has the ultimate. Is he going to keep going in for that damage? It looks like no. And
Looks
Blitz,
like
it's
they're
very good.
Just realizing, yeah, Devotion, I mean, he has been on point with those grabs so far. No minions brought over to the side. He's doing good work right there. He's doing the work that a golem is expected to do. He's a robot. He should have targeting systems and things like that. So, Shinoko, Derptionary, Fat Bear, and Duo pushing the lane across once again. They're going to end up in range of Devotion's grab, and anybody that swings out wide going to find themselves in trouble.
I have to say, though, I enjoyed the idea of that homing grab, the targeting system grab. I think it'd be balanced.
Yeah.
They were just home in on only champions. Devotion actually gets a good grab on a Stone Leopard while being engaged on by Derptionary. The pull from Diana hits nothing. Singe doing his work with that poison kill, gets some good damage. Gragas though gets a knockback. Swag Gallifrey, will you die? Looks like it. Yes. Fat Bear.
Another beautiful grab from Devotion gets Derptionary. The turret Shinoko runs low. Light Knight wants some murder. Going to get just out of the way of that body slam. Fat Bear in the area too, and Light Knight with a missed opportunity for a double kill as he picks up Yi onto Duo, who now not quite so scary looking. Shinoko grabbing it. Double health runes. Going to be back in good shape with the health potion sticking away.
Yi actually, I think, suicide right there just to go ahead. Oh, I tried to use the Alpha Strike, but I guess the game glitched out and it showed as being on cooldown when it really was not available to him.
Yeah.
So Toronto's actually being burst down by Shinako very quickly. The S names really hating on each other right there. And so something you have to worry about is LeBlanc, just that instant burst coming out and just picking up one quick person, especially a squishy AP caster like Annie. Fat Bear has gone back to buy, does have a large rod and blast one, very close to that death cap. That's going to reach a very scary U zone if he ever does get a good snowball off with his ultimate.
Devotion got himself 10 assists, so does Scion, out of the 13 kills on the field. Derptionary, a little bit more on the engage-disengage scene, and getting himself clear. Still, very close game here, 10 minutes in. But it looks like at this point it may come down to respawn timers, as really nobody's ever, with no AD carries on either side. You do have Shinoko going AD LeBlanc. That's going to help out with putting damage down onto the tower, but the fact that Muppet Babies keep pushing the lane across mean that they can't get a team kill, which means they won't get quality time in the tower. They poked it down to about half health, but it's still very slow, thirsty work trying to get things done in that way on the ARAM field, because just so much juiciness on those towers. Really hard to work through them. Devotion with his first minion grab of the game.
I have to say, actually, Devotion was just on point this entire game. Snow Leopard being flung back to the team. Who needs to grab when you walk into the Singe? Derptionary trying to back him up, but Snow Leopard, rest in peace, will not do a whole lot. Fat Bear actually getting grabbed in by the Blitzcrank. Does get out of there with his splash. Actually could have turned around for the Alpha Strike, but I guess it was on cooldown. Derptionary getting rooted, getting flung. Do not let that Singe get near you.
Nope.
You will just die. It does get picked off. Rest in peace. Rengar, can Shinako get out there? Can Fat Bear turn this around? Shinako takes a lot of damage in response. Fat Bear, where are you? Actually in the back in the brush, not teleporting with his Alpha Strike. And it looks like just a great 2-for-0 exchange. Actually, not be. Oh, that's 4-for-0 in the end. Or 3-for-0. There we go.
Derptionary a little upset. Fat Bear in trouble now as the fling overworks, and Swag are going to get out of there with his life as they don't. As there's just no Alpha Strike out, possibly. Just not anything out of man. I wasn't really paying attention.
I believe it had just been used, so it might have been off cooldown. Unfortunately, Warwick, thinking he had the opportunity, went for the ultimate, did not actually expect Diana to survive it, and once she did, got pulled in by a Blitzcrank and took way too much damage.
So everybody backing it up. Tiny Toon's not going to take this opportunity to put any damage down on the tower, just unable to be scary enough out the front. I've never played Warwick ever. Only champ I haven't. He doesn't know what he's doing.
That would explain the Rylai's Crystal Scepter.
Might do indeed. He's just got to do standard build. Derptionary out, finally gets a kill for himself. He's going to hop on in. Everybody running a little bit low, but Derptionary not making out of that one quite so good as he might have liked to. Swag over Gallifrey going to be able to go back, gets himself a blasting wand, and in they move. Duo brought into the middle. He's going to flash out of that one. Body slams across, and they're going to get 2 for the price of none. Make it an ace as Duo picks up some tasty kills right there. Light Knight grab a Derptionary in the meantime, but 4 for 1. Gallifrey back up now, and they're going to be able to take down this outer turret with some help from Shinoko. And AD helping out a little bit. Swag going to be sent back to the naughty corner. He's got some remedial lessons with Professor Bugs after this. And on the go to the inner tower. 4 back up. The 4 still standing in good shape here. Huggy's Cruiser's going to leave things out. Devotion decides he'd really rather not. And now a lot of room to move. You'd be surprised. It's not a big distance between those 2 towers. But man, does it make you feel comfy once you get that outer tower taken care of.
You have access up to 4 health packs, I believe. You can really control the map. You can do what you want, especially because, you know, any poke you do, they'll have to sustain through life steal, through spellbound, through their own regen, not being able to really benefit from the health packs if you are pressuring them. Blitzcrank right now, not going to be the best spot, because unless they go for a big creep push, you know, they're never going to be in range of that hook or that turret or anything really that scary. They can catch people off fairly well on team at Tiny Toons, but, you know, not the biggest deal if they're not near the turret, and the rest of Team Muppet Babies can actually follow up with their massive AoE, with their good displacement.
No. The 2 Canids, the highest death counts on the team. Gragas has not been sent back just yet. He's got a catalyst to try to help him make his way through. Duo somehow stayed alive this entire time. Still putting out respectable damage. That ult could look a little bit better. He's got plenty of money in there, so Ronto's going to get set upon by Warwick. Taking care of Derptionary, going to make it out of that one just barely with his life. And with the Singe chase going after him, it's going to be a hard sell. They don't get Derptionary off the field and are going to end up in a possible ace situation here. Fat Bear still alive with a triple kill. He wants the quadra. The stun's in, but just too much health on Huggy's Cruisers for them to be able to take him out. Fat Bear back in and pays for it with his life, as the Singe damage on the back of that AP is too high.
Unfortunately for Fat Bear, he tried to go ahead and chase that Singe down, use the creeps to actually do damage by using the Alpha Strike on creeps and bouncing to Singe. Did not work out though. Very close, but you know, at this point, Team Muppet Babies just had a chance to buy. That's the second team fight that they've gotten into, and frankly, they did very well. In the first one, they did really well in that most recent ones. So they have a lot of gold. They really just amped up their items. Let's just see what people come back with, because item-wise, that's going to be the big scary thing for Team Tiny Toons.
Yeah. Cap out and boots now on Duo. See, he builds up nice and quick there. Yi sent back for his 4th time. He's now got a Haunting Guise done, some penetration boots, and one of those nice little hats that everybody likes so much. Pull on to Yi Snow Leopard, who's just living a carefree life under the turrets. It's a rough life for him, but it's the life that he's chosen. Gallifrey going to eat most of that with the shield, and going to continue the chase. Going to get that damage down onto anybody. Nope, they're going to burn the shield out just before it pops, and then he's going to keep standing there. The ult out from Duo does some good work on the Gallifrey. Derptionary out of there. He's going to get singed, and some good damage onto other people before going down. Follow-up now immediately from Team Muppet Babies. Light Knight trying to get away, trying to work Shinoko down. Can't do it. Shinoko going to make it out okay. Devotion pull on to Duo. They pick up Scion. Duo buys time, and Fat Bear, seemingly unaware that turrets do damage to him, going to escape up into enemy base, but that is going to buy time for Team Muppet Babies to do some work on that turret. He's going to pop his runaways, and it's just not going to work out.
Unfortunately for Fat Bear 5090, he did not have his meditation up, not have a chance to go ahead and use that amazing AP ratio that happens on meditation. It looks like AEduo is going to try and run away from that. Since the root does land from LeBlanc tether, will it be enough to actually keep Singe away as Gragas goes forward to try and stop him, but almost got flung himself. At this point, just a very good retreat coming out from Team Muppet Babies, as Singe being very aggressive for Team Tiny Toons, but not quite enough to actually secure that flame.
So Snow Leopard in trouble once again. This is a story he is used to. That's his name. He's a recidivist, I gotta say. So, that barrel says Blitzcrank. Blitz off the field, and the money 1.6k gold in the favor of Team Muppet Babies. A nice chance to push on the outer tower here, but Duo putting good damage down. He's going to get some back. by way of Diana, and Singed going to finish up the kill there, just short of Shinoko on the crescent shot and just long of the minions. So a really aptly aimed crescent shot straight through everybody.
Damage from Diana is going to be always high, especially in this mode where, you know, one good crescent shot, you can land the crescent shot on like 3 to 4 people. Because with that's 3 to 4 free ults you can just get off one in a row, each after another, and it's great damage if you have the follow-up coming in from your team. Blitzcrank, by the way, building AP, getting a very high amount of damage now that he has a Rod of Ages and Death Cap.
Stun on the Fat Bear. He gets his barrier up and runs away. Derptionary goes in. Still convinced he can finish that 5v1 in an advantageous fashion. Derptionary grabs Annie and gets clear. Snow Leopard in there to do his thing by sacrificing himself so that the team knows what it's like to feel sadness. But sadly, that tactic has not been working out fantastically well in the interest of pushing down that inhibitor. Yeah, they got the inhibitor turret down. So don't quite have the inhibitor. Their outer turret in trouble now as Team Muppet Babies regrouping around things and just letting the minions push on over. Playing it very cautiously as they do need their 2 sacrificial wolves, I guess, in this case, to roll out front and die for them.
For the animals out there would be huge. Oh, Blitzcrank misses what would have been an awesome hook on Master Yi. You know, he has that Death Cap. He almost has Zonia's. He's got so much damage, and just getting rid of that before a fight starts would be so advantageous. Just like the health packs are up, teams are just kind of grouping up. Shinoko's very low, but aside from that, both teams are kind of gearing up ready for that 5v5 as another minion gets hooked in. Devotion kind of losing. He's losing his mojo. Yep. Missing hooks, hooking minions.
He's getting all flustered.
The game.
He's thinking about his inhibitor. He's got an alimony payment he's got to make. His wife's been, telling him he's not going to get to see the kids. He doesn't know what to do with himself. Gallifrey going to take most of that. He's Snow Leopard in, but he's built up tanky, so he stays alive a little bit longer before falling victim to the sadness that is the wrath of the Tiny Toons. But in this case, it goes 4 for none as that tanky just pays huge, huge money back his way. In the form of him not dying for the first fight the entire game. Devotion with a GG call. They have a single minion on the way through, and these double Nexus turrets do pretty good damage. So not sure how long they'll be able to tank it out. Snow Leopard, terrified of being sent on home, dying on purpose, is bad form, guys. So hanging out under the Nexus turret makes you a big fat sissy whom no one likes. Fat Bear going to try to escape. Snow Leopard. What is he doing back there?
Deciding that there was no chance he could do anything, suicide was the only option, and he accomplished it. During that time, Fat Bear 5090 got pulled, got flung, and still survived for a good 3 to 5 seconds.
Finally a death he can be proud of.
Finally.
He can write home to Mom about that. Mom, I finally died by my own hand. I think that's the end of anything good right there, right?
I mean, really, it's always nice to do something for yourself. As Toronto's uses his ultimate on absolutely nothing. The Tibber's there to tank the turret. Doesn't really do a whole lot, though, and gets taken down very quickly to Rengar, the turret, and AoE.
So those duo barrels starting to get a little scary, though. He's 7-6-16. Rengar, the only one out front of him on the kill count. Same on the assist count. Nope. I'm sorry, that was Yi. 5-2-17 on Gragas. Me can't do anything good. Huggies Cruisers caught out. He is going to go down to Shinoko at AD LeBlanc. A little bit too scary. Going to be able to escape quickly as they go 1 for 1 in the fight in the middle. Diana getting Rengar in trade for Huggies Cruisers, who is a little too far out front. But the bulk of Team Tiny Toons here running extremely low. Shinoko in on 2 Blitz. Blitz goes down. Light Knight to the back to fight Shinoko. Snow Leopard still tanking it out pretty nicely. Shinoko going to get clear. Can't quite get the stun proc. Swag of Gallifrey is going to get away. And Snow Leopard showing that he can tank out the turret with the best of them. Body slam follow up to the barrel. Going to allow Yi to finish that one off. Fat Bear in onto Sarantos. Double kill. And Huggies Cruisers going to give Fat Bear an avenue of escape. Snow Leopard once again standing on the wrong side of literally everything on the entire map.
Will he survive? No.
Can't quite do it.
Close, very close.
Surprising there as Snow Leopard usually so good with his positioning.
Very, very odd shenanigans going on with Gragas and Singed combining their fling. Singed flung Gragas as Gragas ulted Singed. So Singed actually flung Gragas while he was moving midair, and Gragas got flung very far back, and then got flung back once more time for that kill. Shinoko trying to get some damage off Diana, actually getting melted by that Yi LeBlanc combination. Zonya's not going to be enough to really do anything, but does stop a bit of damage, I guess. At this point, Swag going.
Shows him the perfect karate pose as he pops his own Swag and Gallifrey down. They are going to get LeBlanc off the field, but Derptionary and Fatbear in with good damage. Huggies Cruiser's at the back. He's going to get eaten up, and Derptionary going to be able to get clear of Fatbear in. Wants to add some damage down. Barrier going to eat part of it. But man, that was all damage on top of the barrier eat as Sarantos goes down. Derptionary under the turret. Bear is enough as he eats some Tibbs. Devotion lives through that one. Fat Bear caught out under the turret. He's going to come over to the side. Gets not pulled, but is just dead outright.
The AP Blitzcrank damage is too high. How much AP does Blitzcrank have? 225. So that fist is going to be doing 525 damage, which is impressive to say the least. This is the one chance Tiny Toons recently had to actually push out of their base, get some of those health packs. They may not take turrets, but they can at least take map control and not be at risk of losing the game every time someone on their team dies.
Yeah, it's one of those things, if they would group up and get a fight in a good position, this is a thing that could be good for the Muppet Babies. They're up still only about 1,000 gold, but if they can get a nice team fight in, nobody really doing a whole lot to mitigate Shinoko's damage. A single piece of armor out on the field as Zonya's is going to be the order of the day for Diana. Snow Leopard's going to hold Huggies Cruisers in place, and they get him with another shot. Shinoko overextends, though, hoping to clean up the kill. Snow Leopard wants Devotion dead, not going to get it, and another questionable lead out here for Team Muppet Babies as they're getting ahead of themselves. They just want to finish the fight. AEduo surviving a surprising amount of time. Alpha Strike through from Fat Bear, going to get nobody, but takes Swag Gallifrey low, and the Zonya's going to get him a little bit of time. Just wants that Alpha Strike off the cooldown. Diana having none of it. Derptionary in. They're just hungry for kills now, and that way leads to ruin. That is one thing I know for sure, having played Mini and ARAM. Derptionary going to try and get himself clear, gets pulled back in. Huggies Cruisers going to flop him over, not quite the right direction. Derptionary just wants to leave. Just let him be. Come on, guys, what did he do to you? It's about friendship over there at the Muppet Babies house. Tiny Toons, not so much.
Tiny Toons, more about those hijinks, those shenanigans, the cartoon violence, learning. Torontos misses his ult, showing that he has a very intimidating bear and doesn't care if it lands with damage or not. He just happens to have it. The bear does go down, though, and it looks like without the ultimate, a lot of AoE is gone, but they still have that hook, they still have the catch potential. So Torontos, you scared them, you've done your intimidation job well.
Yeah. Diana doing her best Monty Max. Tiny Toons.
Monty Max? Oh, yeah, Monty Max was awesome.
Yeah, doing the best Monty Max impression there with 107 CS, 14.818. So definitely in good shape over there, but really one of the best shape. Sin's not too far behind, 11-9, 23, and 26 assists on a Swag Gallifrey. He's doing his best. He's Snow Leopard, just having the game of his life now, 5-14-14. As he's finally gotten that tank wick that he was building towards.
So Tank Wick going to be actually relatively effective, but generally people get Wits End, get some on-hit items on Warwick so you can use him during his ultimate. Or of course the always awesome Tiamat Warwick. Warwick actually goes in with the ultimate onto Diana. Doesn't he do any damage to anybody? Not really, no. Blitzcrank with his fist does pick up the kill. Fat Bear's in the middle of everybody trying to survive. They do get a kill. He does get the reset. The assist comes out. They're picking off people left and right. The Master Yi Alpha Strike. Will it kill too? No. Kill Sarantos.
Gets Sarantos. That tower does not do that kind of damage. Huggies for Cruisers barely going to make it out of that one. A single shot from Shinoko. Going to finish it off over onto Devotion, who just has a ton of passive shield. And looks like the Muppet Babies unaware that the way to win this game is to take out the turrets. They do get the inhibitor taken down. Duo doing his thing. And maybe going to get some damage down on this one. They've got to wait a minion wave. Derptionary going to do what he can. Wow, ate that turret alive.
I believe that turret was very close to death, had about 400 HP left, so that was their one time to push. Cyan has respawned. Diana and Sin should be up at about 10 seconds, as well as Annie, so they're just waiting for the enemy team to respawn. They might try and pick off a turret, but it may not be worth it in the end, so why do that when you can just go ahead?
Always worth it.
When you can just go ahead and just get chased off the turret. It's actually Derptionary. I think he just derped a bit.
Did indeed. Snow Leopard on with the save. It's the only way to look at it. There's no way he would do anything that would endanger himself or the team without a great reason. That's the East Snow Leopard that we all know. Flag of Gallifrey knocked forward. Duo going to be able to pick that one up. A little help from East Snow Leopard. 3 chasing 2. Yi rejoins the fight, and it might be time to check out of this one for Team Tiny Toons. Indeed, they get a little bit of help from the back there as Singed and Blitz group up in the front and give the back line time to get away. A dangerous fight that could have turned around in a very bad way as the rest of Team Muppet Babies got into shape.
Blitzcrank misses a hook onto Warwick. Would have been actually a very good kill because Blitzcrank, with that high AP, just amazing amounts of burst with his ultimate and Q combination. It's a 1-to-1 ratio on both those skills. Ultimate when he uses it, not just the passive proc. At this point, it looks like they're looking for some aggression, looking for a kill in that mid lane. You know, the next turrets are almost dead. Just one good team fight, not even an ace, and they might be able to win this and just push it home.
Yeah, not a ton of health left on anything over there, and that really will all take. That's all it'll take. The respawn timer starts ticking up at 20 minutes because they want one of these games to last around that time. 15 to 25 minutes. East Snow Leopard pulled in. Are they going to initiate to save their friend? They will. Derptionary going to head on in. East Snow Leopard somehow making it out alive. Down goes. We'll go ahead and call it 3. Yeah, that's going to be 3 right there. Devotion and Shinoko going at it, but AD LeBlanc too scary. And Huggy's Cruiser's going to get back on to that. He's just going to out-heal the turret with his meditate. The flippy floppy going to get him out of there. Shinoko very nearly made it back out, but a triple kill for Singed as Derptionary, the only one aware of the rules of the game. Going to go ahead and win it for the Muppet Babies.
GGWP, a great game coming up with the Muppet Babies, really using their poke and AoE potential. Unfortunately, Team Tiny Toons couldn't really use their catches quite often enough, and sad to see the Tiny Toons lose, but hey, sometimes the Muppet Babies are a little bit better.
You know, when it's like 2:30 in the afternoon, you stayed home from school. Sometimes you're just gonna have to deal with Muppet Babies because Tiny Toons is gonna be on till like 4:30, something like that. So that's what you gotta do.
Yeah, you gotta watch it because hey, it's the good show, or it's waiting for the good show.
Yeah.
Not in Hysteria. That Hysteria was pretty good.
Yes. Game 1 of the grand final is gonna be coming up next. MME Ferris versus Neon and Friends, I think is the new